Hi everyone, my name is Ryan Pierce, and today I would like to demo my website, Your Jungle Book. So I'm just going to go over some of the features that I've added um, and show you what you can do as a user. So Your Jungle Book is a website where people can upload photos of their plants and keep track of their watering cycles. And they can also see how other people's plants are doing. They can check out other users' plants and other users' posts. They can like a post. They can comment on posts. You know, it's sort of a social media for your houseplants, essentially. So to start off with, you'll see at the top we have our home, we have a login button, and we have a little search bar here where we can search for specific posts. So to start, I will log in. You can create a new user if you don't have an account, or you can just sign in to an account that's already made, which I will do. All right, so now that we're logged in, we can see that the top looks a little bit different. We have this welcome page that takes you to your own profile. This shows off your profile, tells you how many posts you have, how many plants you have. You can look at the last time any of these plants were watered. You can see updates on the plants. You can see any of these posts here that the user has created. Also, we have a profile page, which contains a little bit more functionality for the plants here. So if you haven't watered, to start, I'll add a new plant. So I'm going to add a new plant called Pepperonioids. Then I can add a new picture. Then I can set this to be watered or not. So if I set this to be not watered, and I set the frequency of days that I want to water my plant to 5, and then I can add a little status on it. So let's say I haven't watered my plant. My website is then going to assign the last water day to 5 days ago. And when we create this plant, should see it pop up in just a moment. All right, this disappeared. So here it is, our peperomioids. It gets this button that says water plant. And because I haven't watered it and the frequency of days is 5 days, I get this opportunity to water my plant. And I can make a post about it if I want. So to start, I will make a post and I will water this plant. And you can see that the status gets updated to I watered my peperonioids today, and the last watered gets updated as well. I can then see my posts, and I can see that a post was created stating that I watered my peperonioids. And it says that this post was about these plants, which was about this one. So everything looks good there. At the home, it updates right there as well. Another thing that you can do is in posts, so this is a new post, I can like this post, and then in my profile page, I can see any of the like posts that I've liked, and it shows up here as well. Any of the posts that belong to me, I can have a delete button that shows up, which also shows up at the bottom of the post here. Any comments that were made will show up here. There it is, and if it's your comment, you can delete it as well. If I want to look for a specific post, so I want to look for a post about peperomioids, I can find it here, and this will take me to that post page. You can also exit out here. Another interesting thing is that when you create a post, you can make a post about multiple plants if you want. So if I can say, all my big plants are doing really well. Well, let's shorten it up a little bit. We can say, plants are killing it. And use a new picture. I'll use a picture of a monstera. This time I can say, plants are So I decided to just kind of put a fake little post body in there, something maybe someone would write down, and then I can select all of the big plants I want this post to be associated about. So this is a big guy, this is a big guy, this is a pretty big plant, and so is this one. So I can just say that I want my post to be about these plants. And this is kind of the title image that is going to occur on the post. And so I decided to do one right here. So I'll hit submit. And we can see that that post is made. It says all of my big plants are doing well. If we enter into here, we can see that this post is about these plants that I selected. It doesn't currently have any comments or likes. We can change that though. Another cool thing is I've made it so that on every post and on every post page, you can click on the user's name to get to their profile. So that is pretty much it for my plant website, Your Jungle Book. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you thought my presentation was pretty interesting. And to close out, I'd like to talk about just a couple interesting pieces of code I wrote for this project that were new technologies for me. One of them is called the Whenever gem. And the Whenever gem allows you to create a schedule to run a cron job. And so I've set this cron job to call a function called plants.water, a rake function that is plants.water. And in this rake function, we find it here, where it's going to run my plants.needwatering function method inside of my plant model, which checks to see whether or not the plant has been watered, to see whether or not the frequency of days has now surpassed the previous water date. So I have that running in my app every morning so that users' plants can get updated on whether they were watered or not. Some future stretch goals I would like to create a modal, so every time that you click on a plant, a little page will pop up and display some more plant information. I'd also like to update the plant status as well. Another thing before I forget about it, you can also delete your plants, but you can update images of the plants as well. So let's say that I want to update this Monstera image. What I can do is I can hit update. I can decide to make a post, same way with the watering, and then I can choose a file. And rather than changing this picture, I would rather just keep it like this, but that functionality is intact and you can update the plant's image and make a post about it if you wish to do so. So that is my app. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. And I hope you can check out any of the other projects I've done on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much.